back here with a look at Kaspa. I have Bitcoin up here on the chart right now because this is on a 12-hour, getting a break of this trend line that's coming up through here. Okay, this yellow line, you can see here it has broke it. It did run down to, what, about $92,500. All right, this thing could pull back further than that if we come out here on a daily. Squeeze this up a little bit. All right, you can see this wave basically started down here. All right, going to weekly, you can see it a lot better. All right, there you go, pretty much straight up. All right, now if we take, let's get these prices off here. I put that over in Discord for everybody. Get this off here. And I want to give a big shout out to the members. Thank you so much, man. Without you guys, I would not be doing these videos. I'd still do the Discord. I'd stick with that. Because we have stayed fairly close to 200 people for the last 6 or 7 months, and I love it over there. I love going over there and trading with you guys. You guys make it so much fun. I love it. Thank you. If you're interested in joining, that's a level 3 membership. It's only $15. All right, the trading over there is where it's at. You get over 10 hours of videos for that $15, and you get a link to the Discord to come trade with us. We leverage trade over there. All right, so if you're not real familiar with leverage trading, then don't do it. All right, until you learn what you're doing, you know, and then maybe give it a shot, or to go real low leverage, 2x, 3x, you know, something where if a swing happens in the other direction, it's not going to, you know, rip your head off. Like I go, you know, sometimes I go kind of heavy, 50x on some of my Bitcoin stuff, but I like quick trades. I don't like to sit and wait for days and days. So if that interests you, come over and join us for a level 3 membership. We do get them big long ones though too. The Turbo is running a 5th wave up. I mean, we did that with Kaspa here about a week ago. That was a big winner. There's been a few really big winners over there in Discord, so would love to have you. Anyway, if you take Bitcoin here, go from our swing low right at the beginning of this move right here. Right here is our swing low, boom, to the swing high. Right about there, right? Your 382. That's a real familiar place for, you know, like a 4th wave pullback here. You potentially have a 1, 2, 3, you know, maybe a 4 back to a 382. Could pull deeper than that. Really, you know, there's not much of a hard roll with a 382 here for the Elliott waves. I mean, it could pull the whole way down to a 618, you know, 702, whatever, as long as it don't violate the top of wave 1. All right, so, but typically a 382, all right, that's at about 87,300, and then a 5th wave up if this plays out. All right, there's no guarantees with anything, but 87,292 would be the 382. Now, do we know this? This is a wave 1, 2 down here. Do we know that? Well, let's take, typically a wave 2 is a 50% retracement. All right, if we come up here, pull this up, yeah, there you go. You can see right here was a 50% retracement. You had this first push up, pull back to the 50%, and then off it goes. All right, so that definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, and doing a 4th wave pullback now. All right, now some other targets we could look for with this 4th wave pullback. Let's get this up here too. Just get that cleaned up a little bit. If we come in here on a daily chart, you have some very, very good support areas coming, ripping down through here. One is right here, right there. All right, at 90,376. That's where I am watching for a possible retracement, is right at these 2 levels. It was 87. Is that 87.3? I believe it was. We just looked at that one there. And right around 87 or 90,000 bucks. That's what I'm looking for. If Bitcoin doesn't rip back up through here, you know, and retake this and just fire up to the upside. You know how this thing can act sometimes. It does what it wants to do. All right. Now if we come in on an hourly, there you go. All right. This thing has fallen down. It's come back up. This candle up here is opening up here and coming down to the downside. But this candle here, this on the hourly, it opened down here, and it closed the whole way up here. So we'll see what happens with this, if Bitcoin's going to retake this or if it's going to end up rolling over. If it rolls over, watch for them targets. 90,600 to 87. It could go deeper than that if it continues down. All right, inside here, you can see on this outside, you do have 5 waves right here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, that's typical for your wave 3. 5 waves inside of wave 3. Normally wave 4 is an ABC. There was an ABC in here, but way too shallow for wave 4 here. I truly believe this has to pull back some more, in my opinion. The daily RSI, look at it, we got bearish divergence on that also. All right, you have this high, and you have a higher high in price. Down here in the RSI, you have, pulled up some use, you can see it better. All right, you got this high up here, then you have a lower high on RSI, and it's totally opposite on price action. All right, so you do have some bearish divergence here on the daily. The weekly, where's weekly at here? All right, 94 to 97, it's actually flipped bearish on the weekly. So looking for that pullback. Where's it going to end at? The 12 hours coming down, 55 and a 75. The 8 hour is also rolling over. It's actually at a 10 and a 17 down here on the bottom. Your 4 hour, yeah, look at that, it's at a 0 and a 19. All right, so watching for that pullback. We'll see how deep it gets. That's going to depend. It's going to put a lot of stuff that way. We'll see what happens with Kaspa. The crypto bubbles over here. I'm going to pull Kaspa up here in a second. We're going to take a look at that chart. There's a couple of different targets with it. Here's for the daily. We'll get this thing to load up here. This is your top 100. Look at the last hour. Yeah, all right, there you go. Not real hard though, because Bitcoin dominance is dropping today. All right, on the day, there's Tau. It's starting to take off again. Looked at that in Discord the other day. I posted that thing. It looked about done with its correction. All right, look at these weekly numbers. This looks great. In fact, I do want to show you that Bitcoin dominance real quick. I think that's super important. We keep an eye on that, right? This is a small leverage trade I got in here in Bitcoin. Nothing major. Yeah, you can see here how the leverage works. I wanted to show you guys this because over here on Bitfinex, that's a site I use now for my leverage trading. You can see the trend line on here is definitely broken. All right, this on a 12-hour chart. And you can see that shot down through here, and wanted to show you guys what it looked like on here. All right, that's very, very simple market. You put whatever 100% open long, open short, put in your stop losses. You can move this thing up and down, take profit, stop loss, and it's very simple, So there's a link in the description of the video for this site. It's free to come over and sign up. No KYC and no VPN. That is what is nice. I was using MEXC for years, and now they've kind of cracked down there. Plus, no offense, or they ain't talking trash on anybody, but man, some of them wicks over there just would kill me. So far I've liked this site, so that's where I think 30 some people have come over here from the Discord. So it's always helpful if you're using the same price action, same charts, all that stuff. So if you're interested, check it out. You can click on the link in the description of the video. All right, now let's take a look at Kaspa. This one here, all right, I did move my trend line on here because you did have a break when it was right here. All right, let me show you. Watch these touches right here. All right, down here's your starting point, and you have 2 touches here. What would that do? Well, a violation, right, of the trend line. So I just adjusted it. Now you get 1, 2, 3. All right, we'll see what happens. Usually if Bitcoin pulls back everything does, right? Well, if Kaspa would break down, and if you're looking to short this, I don't know if you are or not, usually you wait for the break of the trend line, wait for it to come back up, retest that now as resistance, and roll over. Right here is where, you typically want to get in at on a short. Some people get in on the break of the trend line. Nothing wrong with that. You get burnt once in a while with a fake out, but nothing wrong with that at all. This is a 4-hour chart, very legit trend line, solid price action. Obviously, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low so far, but now on a 4-hour, you're printing some lower highs here, right? So you're expecting a pullback on Kaspa. And where could this go? Well, the other day we went from the start of this wave down here, right? That was to the top. Went from here up to here, right? And we were looking at possibly 14.3 to 13.8. All right, that would be the first box, the first area I would look for this thing to possibly get a bounce. Now we did get close. We're right here. Came to 14.4. Is that enough? You can see right there. This is where we had our box. Go back to the last video and check it out. 14.3 was it. The question, we'll know soon, right? This overhead resistance, this yellow line up here. You get a break of that, then the correction's over, and this thing's going, heading to the upside. All right, if it comes back up here, gets rejected and rolls over, or if it just rolls over from here, then that wasn't good enough. Now, another possible, depends on how low Bitcoin comes, right? Let's go out into a 12-hour here, make it a little bit easier. Then we would just go from our swing low down here to the swing high, right up there. And this is another potential. And I think Bitcoin dominance is it's down today, and it could start crashing at any time. All right, so you either have either the correction is over, right? I mean, we had this wick down here towards that area, all right, or it could potentially come down a little bit deeper. So that first area would be like I said, either it's done already, or it could pull down as deep as 13.8 and then rip out of here. The second area down here, like I said, depends on how deep Bitcoin depends, how far deep it's going too. The 12-hour RSI on Kaspa, let's look at the RSIs. Reset, looks good at the bottom. That's great. The daily. Might be trying to spin back up here. You can see a little bit of a bend on that, right? I mean, I can for sure. The weekly, still bullish, 74 to 66. All right, that's not too bad. Looking all right. What's the 3-day and the 5-day looking like? You got your 3-day, 93 to 91, still bullish, getting near the top. 5-day, still bullish, 78 to 69. All right, so the 3-day and the 5-day look good. The weekly, still bullish. The daily, trying to turn back to the upside, right? The 12 hours right at the bottom. 8-hour looks a little scary, don't it? Look at that hook on that thing. You see that sharp hook to the downside there, right? That's the 8-hour, and the 4-hour. 4 hours rolling over, 43 to 51. So I would expect a pullback here. That's my personal opinion. Take it as you will. I would watch these target areas. Like I said, either it hit already, and it could have. Anything's possible, right? Either it hit right here, and that was good enough, and this is a 1, 2, and this is going to start going, or it's going to break this trend line and come to one of these two areas right here before we take off again. But over here on, I want to show you something. Please hit that like and subscribe too. I'd appreciate that very much. We got to take a look at a couple things really quick. Number one, Bitcoin dominance, right? That's when our alt season truly is officially started. It's at 58.5. Look at that drop on. Look at this. Or was that on an 8-hour? Or was that on a 4? Let's see. Yeah, look at that beautiful structure on this thing. 5 waves down. You can see it clear as can be. Right here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, this 5th wave. target for that would be a 1618. Look at that, right to the trend line. Right down here is the target. And that doesn't mean it has to stop there. You know, it could go deeper, it could go shallower, whatever, you know, whatever price action feels like it wants to do. We're going to turn that white and go out on a weekly here and see what that's going to do here. Let's go out on a weekly. Yeah. Could break it right there. I mean, potentially. That 1618. Let's go on the monthly. Alright, it's going to be real close, right? I mean, it's got another little bit more to pull down yet, but look at that big red candle. How many months did we talk about this 618 level, this Fibonacci level? How many months and months and months? It was a long time, right? If you watch this channel, you probably got sick of hearing it. As soon as we hit this 618, get rejected. Well, we talked about it for a long time. And it's definitely getting rejected off that 618. That's the biggest red candle Bitcoin dominance has had since what, probably here, maybe June of 2022. I mean, you know, none of these compare to it right here. And, I mean, the closest one even down through here might be this one here, but that one's definitely bigger, you know, and it's still falling, right? I mean, it's going to push down even more. You see it pushing as we're doing the video, 58.53. The monthly, look at that, 86 and a 95, rolling right over. I mean, it's as overextended as it can get. It is just way at the top. The weekly, 15 and a 28, but look how high it is here. Still, it's at a 55. Still that weekly. You know, you're probably going to get like any typical breakdown, right, of structure on a chart. You're going to probably more than likely get something, you know, breakdown, back test, roll over. You know, that's more than likely how it's going to happen, right? That's when people get in. Normally when people get into a short, they'll wait for the push down, they'll wait for the retracement, the rejection, and the rollover. You know, this would be your typical entry here, if that was where it decided to, you know, start pushing back down from. But that is looking fantastic, all right? We want Bitcoin dominance to roll over, and these total market caps, let's take a look. That BitTunix, though, I'm telling you guys, if you do a lot of leverage trading, at least click that link and go over there and sign up. It's free. No VPN. All you need is an email, right? And a username. That's it. I like that. I'm not real crazy about putting my stuff out there. There's too many hacks and stuff. You know what I mean? I take care of my taxes, all that stuff. I just don't want my information on my credit cards hacked. I'm just weird about that. I can't help it. Crypto total market cap. Look at this. Break out the upside. That looks beautiful. Still a lot of room to go here, right? The 1618 would be the target for this. I'll go from the swing high to the swing low. You know, there you go. And 4.45 trillion, and we are at 3.3. So we have over $1 trillion potentially of market cap to come yet. All right. Now, if we take a look at the total too, that is total market cap excluding Bitcoin. All right. Look at this thing. I mean, it's really just started compared to the total. I mean, the total has set a new all-time high. Right. Here's your high, and it took it out. The total market cap of crypto. I mean, it took the high out from 2021. Has set a new all-time high. The total market. The total too has not yet. Right, you got your high up here, and it hasn't even come close yet. And this is all your other altcoins besides Bitcoin. The biggest, you know, Bitcoin takes the biggest chunk of the market. Well, this is everything else that you have right here. You know, ETH, Doge, XRP, ADA, whatever you got. This is it. Just started the break. All right, it has a lot of room to the upside left. In fact, wow. How about potentially 83 to 93% left, you know, to go. That's when our real run is going to happen. This thing just broke. If you come in on a 4 hour, did it do a retest? That could have been it right there, maybe at the break, maybe a retest and go. Or it's going to happen here fairly soon. The 12 hour, don't really see much of a, I guess you got your break here, a little bit of a pullback. Could get a little bit deeper in that though, you know. Typically these things will break, you know, come back and retest that trend line and go, but might not do that. Might just that might be good enough. Total 3, pretty much the same as a total 2, right? Has not set a new all-time high yet. Still lots to go. All right, so obviously Bitcoin, you know, Bitcoin's going to run out of steam before the rest of this stuff does. You know, when Bitcoin dominance rolls over and breaks, Bitcoin might still take a big chunk of the market, but here are your other things besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is your other stuff. Besides the 2 biggest market caps in crypto, Bitcoin and ETH, they're not on this. This is all your other stuff right here. All right, it's at $900 billion. I remember not too long ago when the total market cap of crypto was 900. But I remember when it was under 100 billion. You know, crazy. And in fact, the total, look at this, 3.17 trillion. Isn't that insane? Down here, 1,900,000,000,000. Down, well, COVID. Let's see. COVID was down over here. December, October 19. What was it? April 2020. Right here. March of 2020. The market cap went down to 123 billion. Right there. 108.20. Right here. Right, I was here for this. I remember that. That's what I was just talking about. I remember when it was $100 billion, and then look what has happened. I mean, insane, right? 100 billion back here in 2018. It was 100 there, but look at back here before 2018. You know, maybe we'd love to get crypto back here, 2016 or something, when it was 8 billion. Or that's that's the people that, or how about this here, $3 billion, $3 billion, $3 billion. It's done what? Yeah, right here was 3. There it was 2.2 billion. Man, oh man, wouldn't you have loved to got into crypto then? Had your whole life savings thrown in right there. You just said to hell with them. I'm gonna go for it. You know, sometimes you gotta do that in life. You gotta take them chances. I mean, I'm constantly doing stuff like that. I shouldn't, but I do. You know, I just go for it, man. You only live once, right? Might as well give it a shot. Give it what you got. Go for it. You know, nobody's gonna do it for you. You gotta do it yourself, right? The total 3. This is it. Well, why isn't my chart on here? But anyway, your trend line, right, and the break right there, right? That target for this. This is excluding Bitcoin and ETH are not in this. Yeah, this is the one where you're going to make your money. All right, and it's at 900 billion right now. Projected top at 1.65 trillion. All right, so that's almost double what it is now. And from here, that is roughly about same as the total 2. You know, an 85-90% move. So you got this one right up at the 702. The total 2 is, as far as the Fibonacci, it is, where is it? Is it about in the same spot? Yeah, 702. Exactly same spot. And then the total market cap, that's with Bitcoin. That's a little bit higher, right? That's going to gas out. Bitcoin's going to gas out before the rest of the altcoins do, for sure. Now, Kaspa versus Bitcoin. Let's take a look at that. Let's see what it is on the chart here. You know, there's a lot of stuff we haven't looked at for a long time, right? Kaspa versus Bitcoin. We talked about this trend line down here last time. That's what that thing is doing there. That's on a weekly, right? This thing, every time it comes back to this trend line, it has here really bounced. You know, came into this area. This is a support area, right? I mean, you don't have exact support. You have areas, right? This area down through here is very good support. Every time it's so far that it's come to this area, against Bitcoin, it's bounced, right? Then you have an overhead resistance line coming down through here. You can see that pretty clearly. Roughly right down through there. You know, maybe Kaspa makes a run at it now. The weekly, it's got to be at the bottom, right? It is, but it's bearish. A 15 and a 17. You see that thing rolling right over there? Look at that. Get that hook on there. Hopefully that turns the other way there. What's the monthly? Don't have a monthly. Alright, the 5-day. That looks decent. 20 and a 19. Doesn't look the strongest in the world, that's for sure. 3-day. It's getting near the top here. This is where I would expect Kaspa to make its move, though, right? The Bitcoin dominance starts crashing. Kaspa makes its run up against Bitcoin and takes off. This is the area that, you know, if Kaspa is going to bounce, especially versus Bitcoin, this is the area to do it for sure. I mean, it's down there. Gold, look at this. Well, it's up $1.13 today, nothing major, but look at this wave 4 or 5 forming here. 4th wave pullback, 5th wave up to, where's gold going to tap out at roughly? 29. You know, could hit $3 grand. It could. You know, on a monthly. Yeah, that's. I mean, this pullback could come deeper though too. You can see wave 2 right. We already have that, huh? 1, 2, 3. It's been a long time since we looked at this gold chart. You can see the waves inside here. 1, 2. Wave 3. Let's take a look here. 382 would be a typical pullback. Yeah, I think gold might pull back down to 24. And if it does, that would be, you know, you want to root for that if you hold gold, because that would shoot the 5th wave higher. Not much, over $3 grand though. You know, so I would look for maybe a pullback around 24 and then it to turn back up. But what's the Dow Jones? So the Dixie, we haven't looked at that for a long time, right? There's a lot of stuff on here we've just been blowing by and we should be checking out. DXY, this on the monthly, you know, it's up at that 702 area, you know, 786. This DXY, if this thing breaks through, it doesn't roll over, right? Back, oh, look at 1985. Look at that. Holy cow. Look at that thing. It was up to 165.17 and it ran down to 85. That was a drop. What was that the great financial crisis? 85. It dropped almost 50%, 48%. All right, 2014, 15, 19. There's 2021. All right, this on a monthly. Let's go on a weekly. You can see here. I mean, it doesn't really. The last bull run we had, you know, 2021. You can see here the DXY was right here. The alts were running. I remember this. February, March, right through here they were running. April, we had a crash down. May, June, August. This thing was still rising, but it was at, you know, 93 roughly down there. That's at 106. Just have to see what happens with it here, if it's going to roll over or not. The monthly RSI, let's see, is very bullish. 43 and a 23. It's at the bottom. The monthly, the weekly is bearish, a 95 and a 98. So I don't hold much weight in this DXY. I mean, obviously when it's going up, you know, you tend to think people are heading towards safer stuff, gold, silver. Where's silver at? I haven't looked at that for a long time either. You know, please hit that like and subscribe, guys. I'd appreciate that a lot. $30. I told my buddy it was heading to $30. He has a pile of it, and I mean a pile of it. Every time I go with him, we're stopping at coin shops and he's buying silver. I mean, it's unbelievable. I remember when I was with him last time, we were getting the silver dollars for $18. So it's been a while since I went out with him buying any silver. But let's see where this is at. It's going to weekly. Actually went up to 34 bucks. You know, and I called him and told him it was more than likely heading at this 618, 702, right up in this range, 35 to 38. So it's getting there, right? Do you have a big wave 1-2 right here, and then silver's really going to go? I don't know. We'll just have to take it and see. I know he always hopes it's going to get back up to this 50, but right here is where I would expect silver to have some trouble, and it's getting right to that area now, right? Right in that zone. The question is, if this is a big 1-2 right here, then it would say to me that silver's got some more in the tank. Alright, that was a 618 pullback down here, and then a pretty decent push, right? I mean, can you imagine? Could you imagine if silver broke through here and headed to 73? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it? But it's in that area that, I'm going to let him know, you might want to, I don't know. I want to really consider on the weekly here. It's bearish at 14 and a 24. On the monthly, 86.2 and 86.6. Getting bearish on the monthly too. All right, and you have bearish divergence here. You have this high here on the RSI right here on price, and you have a lower high on the RSI and a higher price. You got bearish divergence here on the monthly also. That daily. Daily is at a 44 and a 48. It's bearish. Alright, so it looks like it could be getting rejected here at 34 or 35 bucks. Man, it's so close to that 618, and I could be off of here, with my my fib too. The bottom looks good. How's the top look? It looks pretty solid there, right? Maybe that's all the higher it gets. We're gonna mark it. It was at 34 bucks. That was the high last we looked at it. Right there. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Please hit that like and subscribe. I would appreciate that so very, very much. Definitely helps the channel out. And check out a level 3 membership, please. It's over there in the description of the video. This is the time to make money, guys. When Bitcoin dominance is crashing, that's when you get your serious alt runs, and that's when we are making money over there, trading for sure. You got some of these. Look at this today, 123%. These were up a lot earlier. But you got stuff making some pretty serious moves, right? Look at this. Look at Tau. I mean, it's gone from what 100. Let's clean that chart off. Get that crap off there. 165. It's up close to 550. This stuff is running. Now is the time to make your money in the crypto market, especially with these runs. All right, you got STX, Blockstacks went in April, set a new all-time high. Now it's making a retracement, probably up to 280 to 3 bucks. You're going to want to catch these runs. That's what we're here for, to make this money. So check out level 3. Would love to have you guys. Have a great day. I will talk to you very, very soon. Thanks for watching the video.